He pulls you deeper into the shallows, arms looped snugly around your waist. The setting sun casts long shadows across the beach, painting his face in an intoxicating mix of gold and grey. Now, where were we? He leans in, voice low, lips brushing your ear as he presses a kiss to your neck. Ah, I recall. His fingers trace up your spine, leaving trails of salt water and goosebumps in their wake. Proof one of my many talents is the art of swooning the most beautiful woman on the beach. The ocean air smells like salt and promise as Davy shifts to press his forehead against yours, laughter still dancing in his eyes. Admit it, he murmurs, breath warm against your lips despite the cool waves lapping at your legs. You're already losing. A seagull cries overhead as if seconding the motion. Davy doesn't even glance up, just grins and steals another kiss that tastes like sunshine and poor life choices. The bet is technically still ongoing, but let's be real, they both know who won hours ago. The bet is long forgotten as Davy pulls you as close as possible, heart thundering in time with the crashing waves. Proof 2. He murmurs the words between laughter and kisses, lips pressed to your ear in a way that sends an entirely different kind of shiver down your spine. He grins, eyes glittering with affection you can't help but mirror. World-class swooning is indeed a true talent, but let's see how my actual secret weapon plays out. He dips you back in a dramatic display of romantic prowess. Davy's dramatic dip goes slightly awry when a rogue wave sloshes over you both at the worst possible moment, leaving you sputtering and coughing up seawater while he flails to keep his balance. He emerges looking like a half-drowned puppy, hair plastered to his forehead in ridiculous strands. Proof 2, he wheezes between coughs, still grinning despite the utter failure of his romantic gesture, is that I can make even disaster look dashing. Nearby, a crab scuttles past with what can only be described as judgmental side-eye. You're too busy trying and failing to contain your laughter to make a witty retort. Even the seagull perched on a nearby rock looks thoroughly unimpressed. You reach out with shaky hands to wipe salt water from his face, grinning like an idiot. Oh, you're so graceful, you tease, trying not to laugh as he shakes his head like a dog. Absolutely smooth. I'm swooning already. Davy gasps in exaggerated offense, tossing his sopping hair back with a dramatic flair that sends water droplets flying. Graceful? Graceful? His voice cracks mid-indignation as he gestures wildly at the ocean like it's personally betrayed him. The sea is clearly conspiring against my romantic endeavors. He scoops up a handful of wet sand and pelts it half-heartedly at the retreating waves before turning back to you with puppy dog eyes. You still love me though, right? The way his lips quirk upward ruins any attempt at playing pitiful. The seagull abandons its post in apparent disgust. You can't keep a straight face as Davy sulks, all dripping curls and puppy dog eyes. Conspiring against you, you echo, barely suppressing a laugh. Now the ocean is trying to sabotage your swooning skills? He pouts at that, sand sticking to his brow, and you can't help but soften. You reach out to gently flick a stray curl off his forehead. Of course I still love you, you dramatic fool, you mutter, shaking your head with affectionate resignation, despite your complete lack of grace. Davy grins like he's already won, despite being damp and sandy and thoroughly defeated by the ocean. He catches your hand before you can pull away and presses a gentle kiss to your knuckles. A complete lack of grace, eh? His voice drips with mock hurt. Another wave crashes over your legs as if the ocean itself is trying to intervene. I can't help it if the sea's jealous, he adds with a wink. Clearly it's envious of my unparalleled charm. You snort, flicking a bit of seaweed off his shoulder with exaggerated disdain. Unparalleled charm. Shaking your head as another wave nearly knocks him off balance again. Davy just beams at you, utterly unbothered by the ocean's vendetta against his dignity. Exactly. He pulls you closer despite the wave's best efforts to separate you two, lips brushing your ear as he murmurs. And yet here you are, still wrapped in my arms. Curious. The seagulls have officially given up on these two and flown south for the winter. Davy's fingers find the small of your back, tracing lazy circles through the damp fabric as his lips hover just shy of yours, close enough that you can feel his smile against your skin. The tide rushes in again, pushing you flush against him with all the finesse of an overeager chaperone. You know, his voice is low and warm with amusement. I think I'll take dramatic fool who still gets to kiss you senseless over graceful gentleman any day. A single defiant seagull drops a shell nearby in protest. You can't deny the shiver that runs down your spine as his breath brushes your neck. The beach has grown more deserted as the sun sinks lower behind him, painting the sand an array of molten gold, orange, and pink. Even the waves seem to be holding their breath as he leans in close, his lips just an inch from yours. Every nerve in your body feels like it's on high alert, acutely aware of the warmth of his skin and the way his fingers trail along your spine. Davy smirks as he sees the effect he's having on you, that little hitch in your breath, the way your fingers tighten slightly against his shoulders. He knows exactly what he's doing. See? His voice is a playful murmur as his thumb brushes your lower lip, tracing the curve like he's committing it to memory. You can call me a soggy disaster all you want, a pause for dramatic effect, lips hovering just close enough to tease. But I still win. The last seagull finally gives up and flies away. You try to retort, but his words and touch have short-circuited your brain. All you can manage is a breathy huff of laughter against his lips. Win, you whisper, voice trembling just enough to betray you. This feels like a tie. He grins in response, pulling you closer, so close that you can feel the rapid flutter of his heartbeat against yours. Ah, dearest, he murmurs, his fingers skimming your jawline with a feather-light touch. You're so stubborn, even when you're losing. He's still grinning that maddening grin, all mischief and confidence, an utterly irresistible charm. And you can't help but shiver as his lips find the sensitive skin below your earlobe. He presses a gentle kiss there, soft, so soft like a whisper of a caress, before pulling back to gaze at you with a look of smug satisfaction. You know you can't resist me. His voice is a low murmur, eyes dancing with affection that you're helpless to resist, and you're just stubborn enough to try. His hands find your waist again, pulling you flush against him so you're hip to hip and chest to chest. His heart is hammering so hard you can feel it against your skin as he leans forward and steals another kiss, this one soft, a gentle brush of lips against yours. You're mine, he murmurs, the words spoken quietly, like a promise. All mine. The way his fingers curl into the damp fabric of your shirt says, don't you dare argue. Davy's grin softens into something tender as he tucks a wind-tangled strand of hair behind your ear, fingertips lingering against your cheek. The crashing waves and distant gulls fade into white noise. There's only the warmth of his hands, the salt on his lips, and the unshakable certainty in his voice when he murmurs, "And I'm yours, even if you toss me to the sharks tomorrow." The sunset bleeds gold across his shoulders like it's painting him just for you.